Hey everyone, welcome to Chris's Beer Reviews. Today is Saturday, August the 2nd. Today's review is going to be coming out of the Oskar Blues Brewing Company out of Brewery, North Carolina, which is a somewhat nearby brewery, nearby state I should say. And yes, it's in a can, and it's their Dale's Pale Ale. And before everyone gets skeptical about the whole canned beer, canned craft beers are actually really good. I've had a very small amount of craft beer on out of a can. I think Caldera IPA was one, and it was phenomenal. So before you go knocking canned craft beers, try it for yourself, because like I said, I've never had a problem out of one. But anyway, like I said, it's coming out of the Oskar Blues Brewing Company. Their Dale's Pale Ale. It says on the can it's a huge hopped mother of a pale ale. Actually, it says a huge, voluminously hopped mother of a pale ale. So anyway, like I said, Dale's Pale Ale. Let's go ahead and let's crack this thing open, pour it up, and see what it looks like. And I'm going to be pouring this into a typical 9 glass. So anyway, let's pour it up. And I checked this thing on Rate Beer, and I haven't really been giving out any Rate Beer information on my reviews lately. Maybe a little snippet or two here and there, but this beer scored, I think, a 99 out of 100 on Rate Beer, so you can't get much better than that. So anyway, let's finish pouring this thing up. So far it's pouring huge head. And this is actually I'm serving this probably at around 55 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's close to room temperature, because I actually got this beer in North Alabama. About an hour drive from here, so I picked them up, drove straight home after my day, made sure that my beer run was my last little bit of my trip, picked up my beers, put them in the car, and drove straight home. So it got a little warm since it was a pretty warm day, but anyway, this beer comes in at 6.5% alcohol by volume. Do not know the bitterness units in this particular beer, but anyway, like I said, 50 to 55 degrees. I'm gonna serve it at. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's put a nose on it. First off, before I do that, let's get a look at it. The look is a darker kind of amber. Very decent head retention. I'm still maintaining a good almost 2.5 finger amount worth of head. It's kind of an off-white, crisp, very carbonated head. Pretty translucent, but like I said, it's a darker kind of darker golden amberish color. Still getting a little bit of carbonation bubbles from the bottom rising to the top. But a beautiful looking beer, guys. Great head retention. I'm already seeing some decent lacing on the sides of the glass. So appearance wise, this is a beautiful looking beer, guys. Can't go wrong. Let's go ahead and let's put a nose on it and see what it smells like. Okay. On the nose, I'm getting a very strong characteristic of pine, but I'm getting tropical fruit, grapefruit, but a lot of kind of a mango papaya, maybe a little bit of orange, mostly grapefruit, mango, and a little hint of papaya. So very tropical fruit smelling, as far as the nose goes. I'm getting a very strong hint of pine. Not much malt on the nose. I'm not smelling a malt sweetness. mostly pine and citrus, tropical fruits and grapefruit as far as citrus, maybe a little orange, but mostly grapefruit, mango, papaya, and pine. Delicious smelling. Let's go ahead and let's try it. Take a drink, see what it tastes like and feels like on the palate. Oh yeah, big beer. Do not know the hops used. I didn't read that far into it, but it's very hoppy. I would say they at least used probably 3 to 4 hop varieties, maybe even 5. I do not know. It's very hop forward. I'm getting a lot of pine right up front. A lot of pine, kind of on the middle. Maybe just a hint of the fruit. I'm getting a lot of citrus, but not as much the tropical fruit aspect on the palate. In the taste, not that much of the tropical fruit. Mostly pine and citrus. As far as the fruity aspects, it's mostly grapefruit. Maybe a little slight amount of lemon zest, but mostly pine and grapefruit. But it's very hoppy. It's a well balanced. I'm getting a very strong malt presence as well. It's I really don't know what malts would be used, but probably your typical pale malts. To me, this is not really a typical pale ale. They call it a mountain pale ale. This is more of an India pale ale, maybe even a borderline imperial India pale ale. It's got a very strong hop presence for a pale. I would say that the body of this beer is medium to high body. It's very thick, pretty dry, a lot of hop oils and resin stickiness on the roof of my mouth, but highly delicious. It's, and surprisingly coming out of an aluminum can, you're not getting any aluminum taste whatsoever. They claim that instead of bottling these, they can them because they no light can penetrate the can, obviously, so none of your flavor or your bitterness is lost. They claim that it creates a better flavor if you pack or can these up instead of bottling them. 6.5% ABV. It's right about where I like a pale ale or just a craft beer in general, around 6 to 7.5%. Anything higher than that is a little too boozy for my taste. 6 to 7% is well enough alcohol. So you'll get a nice cool buzz off of this, but you can safely drink these and not worry about getting into any trouble. So as far as the taste, let me step back. The nose, as far as the nose is concerned, on the aroma, like I said, pine right up front, soon followed by tropical fruits, mango, papaya, and then a little bit of citrus, little small amount of orange, maybe a little lemon, but a lot of grapefruit. As far as the aroma goes, and pine, of course. On the flavor, I'm not getting any of the tropical fruit, mostly just grapefruit, maybe a hint of lemon, and tons of pine. It's very, 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 very bitter, thick, heavy-bodied. It's a very dry beer on the palate, a lot of sticky oils and resins. Still maintaining a good little layer of head there. It's lost its lacing. It's mostly just spotty. It's not a very thick amount of lacing, but it's still beautiful beer. It looks good, it smells good, and it tastes great. And it has a very long, lingering hop bite on the back end, all the way through to the finish. highly recommended beer, guys. Oskar Blues Brewery, Dale's Pale Ale. If you see this can in any of your craft beer stores, pick this one up. Very good. Like I said, it scores like a 99 for the style on Rate Beer. Overall, I think it's like a 97. Damn near perfect. You can't go wrong with that. So if you see it, pick it up. Highly recommended beer, guys. Delicious. And if you live in the North Alabama area, it is in the Florence area. I actually bought this beer in Publix. So, you know, Publix was loaded. Tons of good beers. They had Sweetwater. They had 2 or 3 different Bells. They had Victory. They had Terrapin. You name it. They had a very good selection for a grocery store. I was surprised. So anyway, like I said, if you're in the North Alabama area, Florence, Muscle Shoals area, Publix, you can find Dale's Pale Ale in there. So anyway, I'm going to take one last chug of this beer, guys. I'm going to go. I need to go fire up the barbecue grill. Got food going on soon. So I hope everyone's having a great weekend. And as always, drink safe, drink responsible. Cheers, guys.